We're Bison! We are Impacted! We're Bison! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are Impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to episode 101. I am your host Bison, and today I am joined by the one and only Simply Steve, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the Joker. Hey guys, how we doing?
Oh, are you good? Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm well. I'm really, really pleased that we managed to get to episode 101 after having our celebrations last week for episode 100, which was fantastic. And this week, we're going to kick it off with a very, very special guest. So I'm really excited to get talking to her. Now, of course, all that's left to say, really, is please welcome to the show the crown jewel herself, Miss Kimber Lee.
Connection's disconnected.
Yeah.
Why are you running for the introduction? Connection disconnected.
Yeah. I say,
You're joking.
yeah.
No.
We'll get her on as soon as possible. Oh, hang on.
She's back.
We do have her here.
There she is, the crown jewel herself. She's made it.
She stepped into the void.
I have.
Welcome
My Wi-Fi
along.
and internet hates me right now, but I'm here.
You're here. That's the main thing. You managed to get through, Kimber. It's great to see you. It's just fantastic to have you on the show. So we really appreciate. I know that you have got a tattoo appointment to get to as well. Straight after you made an appearance here to us today. So I'm really pleased. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys reaching out, and I'm excited to be here. I'll do my best. If I fall out and it doesn't work out, I apologize, and I'll try again another week. But hopefully my internet works and all this goes well.
Everyone in the chat's pleased to see you.
Yeah, look at the chat going wild. All
Starting
going
to light
wild.
up.
Look at that. Looks fantastic. So everyone looks very pleased to see you, Kim. Everyone looks very pleased to see you. Now, I just wanted to talk because certainly Joe, myself, and Steve, and probably a lot of the impacted tribe that join in to watch us each and every single week probably didn't know too much about you pre to joining Impact back in 2020. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about your early career. How did you, get into wrestling? Who trained you? Where did you train? And who were your major influences growing up in wrestling?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So I started in 2009. So working on 13 years ago. And I trained out of the ECW arena in Philly. And Drew Gulak is my trainer. And so I was when I started, I was at the CZW Wrestling Academy, and I was the first female to ever train out of there. So it was tough. Drew, I'm sure you guys have seen his work, and he does.
Oh no!
She'll be back.
Fingers crossed. Keep his fingers crossed, guys. The internet is no. She's gone. No, she's back. Yes, she's back.
Okay.
So yes, Drew, you were
This is
talking
not
about Drew.
working out very well.
We're gonna get there. So you were talking about Drew.
Yes. So Drew Gulak is my trainer, and I was his not only first trainee, but first female trainee. So he did not take it easy on me at all. I had to do everything that everybody else did. And I mean, at the beginning of my career, I probably would have said I hated him just because of how hard he was on me. But now he's like one of my best friends. I still, to this day, will reach out, talk to him, ask for advice. I check in probably once a week. And it was tough. It was tough being the only female and kind of making that pathway for other people to go in there and train and learn. But I wouldn't have had it any other way, just because of it. I feel like I wrestle more like one of the guys, which is what I always wanted to do. I'm sure if you followed my career at all, I've done a lot of intergender wrestling, and I'm a big advocate for it. So I appreciate how tough he was on me these days, and I understand why he was that way. But I've been doing this for a while now. Some of my first big influences. I loved China when I was younger, growing up. I wasn't really allowed to watch wrestling, though, just because at that time it was the Attitude Era, and my family was like, "You're not watching this stuff." So I would sneak it. I would go over to friends' houses, and I'd watch it when I could. And she was always one that stuck out to me because she got in the ring with the men, and it was just awesome to see a woman stand up to anybody, and that's kind of always what I've wanted to embody in my wrestling career. So
there you go, China. That's a fantastic influence, isn't it, China? We all were big fans of the Attitude Era, big fans of China. Definitely, I certainly was, and I'm sure the guys were as well. She was pretty awesome back in her day, and it's good to hear that when you were being trained that that people were tough on you. Now, is it true? Because I think you can actually see it sometimes in the way that you wrestle. Do you have a dance background?
yes, so I.
She'll be back, guys. She'll be back.
There
Don't
she
you
is.
worry. Here she comes. Here she is.
I think for every question I'm going to get kicked out and then come back.
We're fine. It's fine. So you
yes.
talk about your dance background.
Yes, so I do have a dance background. I grew up a ballerina, and I danced from age of 2 all the way to through college. I have a degree in dance education, and I still will go and take a dance class every once in a while. It's just not anywhere near as often as it used to be, but it's definitely, you can see it in my wrestling with my kicks, the way I move. Using the splits, some of my flexibility stuff. So, yes, definitely have a dance background.
You could definitely see it, because obviously, I notice it because my wife is actually a dancer and a dance teacher. So,
awesome.
So I can see some of the little things that she would have. The whole making sure that your legs are nice and straight when you're doing sort of anything kind of like remotely what I would class as sort of kind of acrobatic and you always notice that as you go for that straight leg, your toes are very pointed as well. So that is natural. That comes to you naturally, which is obviously
my feet. I was gonna say my feet don't really leave the ground without automatically pointing, and I actually had to take a tap class when I was in college, and it was super difficult for me because I'm so used to pointing my feet, and then having to relax my ankles was not.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fine, guys. It's good.
Okay. Courtney says she used to dance for 25 years from the age of 3.
Wow, Courtney, go on.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Go for it, love.
Was that ballet as well, Courtney?
All right, I see another dancer. I'm still here.
Yeah. No, we've got Courtney in the chat. He's saying that she was danced for 25 years from the age of 3. So, and she's a massive Kimber Lee fan. So there you go. Maybe that's why. Maybe she can relate to the way you move in the ring.
Well, thanks, Courtney.
There you
she
go,
probably
see?
can see it too.
There you go. So you signed with Impact back in 2020, and we have seen you involved in some major storylines. Now that included working with some of the biggest names on the roster. So you had like Deanna Purrazzo you were working with, which we really enjoyed. We thought that was really good. Which obviously then sort of kind of tailored into Susie stroke Susan stroke then Sue Young, and of course you worked with Brandy Lorenza in that period as well. So you've worked with some of the most incredible talent on the Knockouts roster. What for you, when you look back at that time, was sort of kind of like the most memorable moments for you?
So for me, I mean, some of the most memorable things were getting to wrestle some of the I would call them Impact legends, like getting to work with Taylor Wilde when she first came back after being gone for a long time, and then I also got to work ODB, which are both matches I never thought was going to happen in my career, and that was super cool. But what I hold most near and dear to my heart is what I did get to do with Sue Young, just because the whole time we had this giant secret we were keeping, obviously, and just getting to be a part of announcing that Sue was going to have a baby, and the fact that she wanted me to be a part of that, and it was really cool, and it's something that she'll get to show her kids someday and be like, look, this is your Auntie Kim. She was your demon spawn that was helping I don't know. It's a cool thing, and I hold that near and dear to my heart that I got to be a part of Sue's life in that way. So
yeah, that was very cool. That was very cool stuff. And of course, it's interesting you talk about ODB. I mean, I was very lucky to interview ODB around about the time that she was sort of kind of appearing with Impact as well. And she is a true legend and an absolute lovely person. And yeah, I think we've got a great soundbite. Actually, we've got a great soundbite, Joe. We've got to give us one of those. Give us the soundbite. Now that's what I'm talking about. we absolutely love that so much. He was great. But yeah, no, you managed to work with loads of.
she's awesome.
You were working constantly, weren't you? I mean, there wasn't many weeks that went by that you weren't either involved in a match or you were certainly involved in storylines.
Yeah, no, it was a great time, and I did get to do a lot, and I hopefully will be back at some point. It's not, I do still have a contract. It's just with kind of everything that's been going on with me in life, and just needing to take a step back for a minute that I chose to take, because I think, as we can all attest to, mental health is something that kind of gets skipped over in all aspects of life, and wrestling too. Yeah. And if we need a break, take it. Wrestling will still be here, and that's kind of what I did. Got myself back on track after a lot of things happened to me. Life threw me some pretty hard punches in the last couple of years, but that's okay. And it's about how you take those hits. I feel like I'm about to quote Rocky without trying to, but it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how you get up from those hits. So
definitely.
Yeah,
that's funny. Actually, you've literally just burst into my. I was going to ask you about if there are plans for you to return to the Knockouts in the future. I'm glad to see that the door isn't closed. We've often wondered.
No, it never was closed.
Okay, we often.
I was going to say it never was closed. A lot of people like to say it was. They don't know what they're talking about. So
it just shows. No, sorry, Joe. It just shows how understanding that everyone is backstage at Impact Wrestling. We hear it a lot from everyone we've had on. I know we spoke to like even Crazy Steve. So everyone out back is like a big family unit, and they know how to get on with everybody, so it's good to that support bubble there.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great thing to see, definitely. And I'm pleased.
Yeah, and I still talk to the girls, and I mean, a lot of them were good friends of mine even before I was there. And it is a family unit, and like even one of my best friends now is our makeup artist. And I talk to her once a week probably, and she lives close to me, so we hang out all the time, and it's somebody like I never would have met if it wasn't for Impact Wrestling, you know, and I appreciate that, and just the opportunities that they give to people, and they truly listen to the talent. They don't just say, this is what you're going to do, and you don't have a choice. Yeah. You get a say in things at Impact Wrestling, and that's probably my favorite part about it.
They do it because they care.
Exactly, they do. I think they do care.
Exactly.
There's no point, and I think you see it time and time again in the Fed or in other promotions where they try and get people to do stuff which clearly isn't them. And for some reason, again, it doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because you're trying to get somebody to be something they're not. And I think that is a testament to the way that Impact sort of kind of like work with the talent to bring them, the best of them, out, as opposed to, you know, this is what you're going to do and like it kind of scenario. I think that makes a big difference to the talent and the way that they perform, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So it makes a huge difference. And I mean, I was going to say, not to say that Impact didn't give me challenges, because Undead's Bridesmaid was definitely not me per se, but I got to do it in a way where I got to use aspects of myself that are there. I used to work in a haunted house way back in the day, and so a lot of that came back out, just with my mannerisms and like the twitching and stuff that I would do. And so it was fun to try and pull from a different side of myself too. But they also like asked, like, how do you feel about this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, and things that other companies just don't do. They don't.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think it was amazing. I think you did an amazing job as an Undead Bridesmaid.
Yeah. You made it your own.
We often commented on this show because we are like kind of a review show. We do talk about different aspects of the show and the storylines and all that kind of stuff. I hope you can still hear me. And a lot of the things that we did comment on was that she is here.
I'm back.
Good. Yeah. Now, what I was just saying there, Kimber, was that over the time, I mean, we've been doing this for many years now. So every single week we talk about all the different storylines, what we thought about, and many times when you and Brandy Loren were the Undead Bridesmaids, how you guys work really well, because she sort of kind of had her way of being an Undead Bridesmaid. You had your way of being an Undead Bridesmaid. It kind of worked really well. Like you were more of the twitchy. She was more creepy.
Yes, and like it was all her idea to start like vomiting like black stuff, and like we were having fun with it and just bouncing ideas off of each other and going way outside our comfort zone, but really having fun with it and getting to explore this new side of us, and it was fun. It really was.
Yeah, definitely. Now, something else I want to talk about, and I see quite a lot on your social media, is you are what they class a vegan athlete. Is that right?
Yes, I have been vegan for 4 years, almost 5 now.
Brilliant. Now, what I was going to ask about this was that, now, I mean, I'm a meat eater. I absolutely love wheat. My wife and my kids are both pescatarians, but I have to be honest, I don't really know too much about what being a vegan entails, so that's what I was hoping that you might enlighten us on that.
Connection's gone. She'll be back in a second.
We're not doing too bad.
Yeah,
we're getting through it. We're getting through it. You know, we're being professional, boys. We're being pros.
Hannah, Violet says she's been vegan for 9 years.
Oh, there you go. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I'll get there. I'm working on it.
Don't worry about it. It's
So
fine.
what I was trying to say was that I mean, I love meat. Sorry, I do. But my wife and my kids are pescatarians.
I did too.
But there you go. But I have to be honest, I don't really know much about what being a vegan really entails. Can you enlighten us all?
Yes. So the big confusion that there is a lot of the times is vegan isn't a diet. Vegan is a lifestyle. The diet is plant-based. When you are vegan, you do as much as you can to harm as little as you can. So I don't eat any animal products, no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no honey, nothing that comes from an animal. I don't buy any products like leather. I don't any of that. I don't. Even down to like my hair shampoo and my makeup and everything I wear has never been tested on or has animal product in it. And it's just about trying as much as you can to not harm any other life. And that's what I strive to do every day. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But it's not about being perfect. It's about doing the best you can. And then I need to get back into it just because, again, life threw me some punches, but I've done a lot of vegan activism. I've been to slaughterhouses. I've been to farms. I've seen how the animals are treated firsthand. I've seen pigs getting smacked off of the trucks as fast as they can because it's about production and how fast everything can be made, not about what's going on in these animals' heads. And they're sentient beings. Pigs being smarter than your dog that's at home. And when you think about that, like, you wouldn't do it to a dog, but why do we do it to a pig? They don't deserve that either. And when you say like, oh, I love meat, so did I. I didn't stop eating it because I didn't like the taste. I absolutely love the taste. That's why I still eat Impossible Burgers and all the different vegan meat alternatives that are out there. And I swear to God, they've put crack in vegan cheese at this point because it's so freaking good. Like, but I just can't bring myself to eat the product because I've seen it. I know the curtain's been pulled back. I've taken the red pill, if you will, and like because of that, I just can't. And
Fair
so
enough.
that's why I stay vegan, and I've worked. Yes, so but it took me 27 years to get there. So everybody's journey is different, and
There you go. So I believe you also work with animals. Is that right? Are you a veterinary nurse or something like that?
yes, I am a veterinary technician. I work in an all-cat hospital, so I am the definition of a crazy cat lady. But yeah, so that basically means I do all the nursing things. I monitor surgeries, I scale and polish teeth, draw blood, draw urine via cystocentesis. I look at stuff under the microscope, work with clients, I do reception. I do a little bit of all of it, but it's definitely rewarding. It's also very difficult because euthanasia is an everyday part of my job. And even with the hard parts, though, I wouldn't do anything else now that I've gone into vet med. It's truly where I'm supposed to be, I believe. And hopefully, as time goes on, I'll be able to grow in the company that I'm with and move up the ladder and hopefully improve the medicine side of animals. Too. So
Fair enough. Now, over the past few months, we have seen you've been training really hard. You've been running many miles via the socials. Now, I'm assuming that health and fitness now is a really important part of being Kimber Lee. Is that right?
I heard really important about being Kimber Lee. That was the.
Okay, so what I was saying was that over the past few months, we've seen you've been. Oh, she's gone. Well done, Joe. Whoever that was that got rid of that. Is she back?
She's coming back.
Is she coming back?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes, she's back.
Sorry.
Yes. We were saying, I think it's Sammy Callahan is getting involved in this somehow. We don't know. Anyway, over the past.
He might be.
You never know.
He is also one of the original people I trained with, so wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, little bugger. Over the past few months, we have seen that you've been training really hard. It looks like you've been running many miles, and we've seen lots of stuff come up on social media. So health and fitness is clearly very, very important to you, especially as you were talking about kind of being a vegan athlete as well. You know, and you look like you're doing extremely well. Are you pleased with your progress?
That was I kind of half heard that. But yes, I have been working really hard. I'm actually getting ready to run.
She'll be back.
It's going a bit tits up towards the end, but we've done well. I think we've done really well considering.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, we're definitely getting plenty of information out there, but yeah. So who knows? Maybe it is Sammy Callahan Slowpoke. You never know. You never know.
No, I think it was. I think it was Susie. She jumped onto my lap and then the connection started going.
Oh, you think it's Susie's fault?
Susie, yeah,
maybe Susie. You never know. You just never know.
What a shame! What a shame! I don't think that Susie soundbite is on there no more.
No, it's
I've
not.
got the runs. Yeah.
No, that's
Oh,
bad.
yeah, that's a great call. That one, Mark.
It does.
Oh wait, am I back?
Yes.
I think Swinger.
Yes.
Yes, I know,
I think
Mark. My
Swinger wants
connection
his phone
sucks.
back.
I'm sorry.
Don't
I
worry.
think Swinger
I know.
wants
I
his
should
phone
have
back.
borrowed it. It was bad. Bad move, man. Bad move.
No worries. Now, looking at the future for Kimber Lee, what's your plans, ambitions moving forward, and where can we see the crown jewel in action right now?
Well, my plans moving forward, I'm definitely not done yet. I've still got some more of this wrestling in me. I would love to come over to your side of the pond again, back in Europe. That would be amazing. I just want to do this until it's not fun anymore, man. And right now it's still super fun, and I don't plan on going anywhere. I just plan on improving myself, getting back to being me again, because I had lost that, and just doing everything I can to inspire others to do this crazy thing called wrestling.
Fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. It's been amazing having you on the show, Kim, and we wish you all the best in your career moving forward. And I know that obviously you've got your tattoo.
Thank you.
appointment to get.
I would love to pop back on when I have better connection.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
We'd love that.
We'd love that. We can maybe sort something out for the future, because I think you've been a wonderful guest, and we've loved having you. Kimber Lee, everyone.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you, Kimber.
All right. Bye.
Take care.
Take
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Well, there we go. Kimberly. I know we had a few connection problems, but we managed to get through there, and she has some cool stuff to say. So it was great to see her, that she's still got plans to continue wrestling, and she's still loving what she's doing. But if you go and check out the socials, guys, she's definitely wrestling at plenty of places at the moment. So you need to go and check her out.
Definitely.
Because she is a great wrestler. I recently saw a really good clip of doing a swanton bomb on socials, and it was really good. It was just as good as Jeff Hardy, to be honest. Fantastic stuff. So it's great to see Kimber. Don't forget, like I say, go check her out on the socials, and give her a follow if you don't follow her already. Fantastic wrestler. Okay, guys, now listen, let's get slap bang into the news, rumors, and of course a slight Impact recap.
I will just say a quick thank you to Punk Trace earlier on for the super sticker.
Oh yes, I did see that pop up, but obviously I think I didn't want to interrupt Kim.
That's cool, yeah. But big thanks for that, though.
Yes, huge thank you for that. He probably deserves some kind of soundbite. I mean, what can we give him, Joe? What soundbite do you reckon we could give?
Dog's up my headphones off.
What can we give Punk? I reckon he deserves an Impact Wrestling or something like
And
that.
I want my pizzles back.
That's a cool one. That'll do. I'm happy with that one. That's good. Anyway, so we're getting into the news, rumors, and of course a slight Impact recap, not massive, just a little bit. So Impact sign a new backstage marketing guy. Now this is something that we've been asking for on Impacted and TNI in general for quite some time now. But the guy's called Lou D'Angeli. Now, I don't know too much about him, but he has WWE experience. So within the big leagues of wrestling, which is definitely a plus and something that, you know, you do need. He also is resume also boasts Cirque du Soleil. So that's pretty an impressive resume in itself. What are your thoughts on this, guys? We've been after a marketing guy, haven't we?
Definitely. Like you say, I don't know too much about him, but given his history and given what Impact need, you feel like it's something that it's going to be something that will really elevate what Impact are lacking. And based on where he's come from, he obviously has a lot of experience, and I'm seeing a lot of people get excited over him. So I'm looking forward to the next 6 months or so.
Yeah, because it's not going to just suddenly happen overnight. It's obviously going to take a little bit of time.
It's going to take some time.
But I mean, I think we're already seeing some improvements over the last couple of weeks or so. Just in all sorts of things, you know, in the production, in the way that they're now pushing stuff online, the ticket sales.
I mean,
there's so many things going on now. And apparently, we even had billboards in Nashville recently.
Yeah. I mean, they've not really known how to advertise or market since they had Don West there.
You're right. I think Don West was a massive part of, you know, the marketing strategies, obviously back in the TNA days. So yeah, I totally understand what you're saying there. Definitely. I tell you what, before we move on, one thing we haven't done is we haven't said hello to people in the chat today. So we have quite a few people in there. So Bonus Baby's in. We've got Punk in the house. We've got Courtney in the house. We've got Anna in the house. Bonus Baby. It's in. Do I mention him already?
Terrence is.
Mark's
Terrence in there.
Mark's in the house.
Keith.
Terrence. I saw that Mr. Gardner was in the house. Front row Bill was there. It was good to see him, the godfather of TNI. So yeah, loads and loads of people. Slowpoke. Keith Goldman's in there, which is great to see. So Norris Sparks is in the house as well. So yeah, loads and loads of really loads of people in the house. Oh, and Barry's here as well. Yeah. So yeah, so we're doing well. John Rosado, did I mention John? I think I did already. So we've got quite a few people in watching the show, which is good to see. We, as I always say, don't forget to give us your opinions on everything.
Donald Hill's just popped in.
Oh, Donald's popped in as well. Thank you for that. And we're going to have a super sticker for Anna.
Thank you, Violet.
What are we going to give Violet? What are we going to give Violet, Joe? Come on, mate.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Who
booked it?
Didn't quite happen. Try again.
Who booked it?
There you go. That's a good one. I like that one. So it's all good. Okay, so moving on swiftly. We've got the UK talent Joe Hendry signs with Impact. And we get a great promo on this past week's Impact. And friend of the show, Ashley Vega, was in the promo. The question is here, though. Will we now start to see more UK talent arrive on Impact? And could a UK TV deal and possibly a tour be close? What are our thoughts on this, guys?
I think it's the start. And, I mean, I've been calling for Joe Hendry to be back with Impact for ages. And, yeah, we're talking about sound bites. Hendry is someone who's going to provide a lot, you feel.
Yeah, I think we could definitely get some sound bites.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
There you go. I think we're going to get some good ones.
Yeah, but no, he's definitely the start.
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
All right, Joe, calm down.
No, that's the mouse. I haven't got a proper mouse. It's the touchpad on the bloody on the laptop.
He's getting trigger happy, isn't he, old Joe? He's getting trigger happy.
But no, it's definitely the start of hopefully Impact, starting to look into that UK direction. And I'm looking forward to see what they do with Joe Hendry, because I mean, realistically, he's someone who could go straight into that digital media world title picture.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could certainly throw him in. Not necessarily straight off in the main event, but you could certainly put him in there on with a weekly slot. With a weekly slot, definitely. Maybe digital media is the way to go with that one initially. I'm hoping that we'll now maybe see a knockout turn up. Thank you, Courtney, for that. Really appreciate that one. So I think it'd be nice to see maybe a knockout turn up or two. maybe another UK talent like a Charles
Yes,
Crowley.
that's a great point, Bonus Baby. There were ribs at AEW throughout that, weren't there?
Oh yes, the chair flying and the man getting covered in bite marks. When I first heard it, I thought I heard it as he's been covered by marks. So I just pissed myself laughing even more at that rather than it being bite marks.
Yeah, that's right. It was a great promo, and I have to say, loads of people loved it. Which is a good start. And I'll tell you what, I don't think people realise how good a wrestler Joe Hendry is.
No,
because he's really good. And I've seen him live a couple of times, and believe you me, he is a great wrestler. So I'm looking forward to hopefully having some real big battles.
I saw his promo he did for his recent match with Scotty 2 Hotty. His entrance to that was bloody hilarious. If you guys haven't found that, guys, look for that one. It's brilliant. He does the whole introduction like used with Too Cool still, and starts taking the piss out of him and Rikishi, and how he's only known because of Rikishi Fatu, and it's just brilliant. And you can see Scott Garland trying not to laugh.
Yeah, exactly. I just hope Thursday night for Joe Hendry is going to be, it's going to be a big thing now moving forward. And like I said, I mean, Joe has got his own training school. I mean, Ashley Vega goes there. So he's got some pretty interesting talent coming through. I know that he's doing something now with Wrestle Carnival with regards to training young wrestlers for them. So I think we've got some pretty big things in his future, definitely, and I really hope that we now start to see some more talent coming from the UK. I mean, we know that it wasn't long. We saw Masha Slamovich. Not long after that, we get the deal in Russia. We've now got Joe Hendry. Could we see a couple of more UK guys, and maybe we end up with a TV deal and a tour? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was nice just to see Ashley Vega in the promo, but I would love to see Ashley Vega come into Impact Wrestling. And then we've been pushing it since she's come on, but I really would. Charles Crowley's up in Canada, so he's doing his own thing at the moment. So even a one-off appearance from him in Impact would be great.
Yeah, but the promotions that he's appearing at are all connected to Impact.
Yeah. So
have you noticed that?
I know. One he went to had Rosemary and Jake something and Joe Hendry in, and that would have been a dream place to go for me, just to see all four of them. And that it'd be awesome to get all four of them back, especially Jake something, and
yes, definitely.
He's
doing well. He's doing well, Jake.
Rosemary lost her match there. She lost the Smash Wrestling. She lost the championship belt there, so she got a new champion there. But Jake something destroyed the competition there. His match was brilliant. And Charles Crowley.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is, this is the thing. So Joe Hendry's obviously now the biggest name out of all of them. He's turned up on Impact. Yeah. We've got the likes of Charles Crowley now turning up at Smash Wrestling and a place like that. You could guarantee that Scott D'Amore's taking a look at that guy. You can guarantee it, even if he hasn't already. If he hasn't already taken a look at him, you can guarantee that he certainly is now, or he's getting the opportunity to. And like I said, can you imagine a new version of the Menagerie? Kind of like, not called the Menagerie, but a similar version led by Charles Crowley.
Oh yeah.
He's got the toy monkey.
It would be amazing. It would be amazing.
It'd be
I'd
awesome.
love to see it. I'd love to see that version. I really would. But there you go. Now, the other thing that happened this past week on Impact was we got to find out that Ring of Honor guy, or former Ring of Honor guy, Delirious, has been put against Mike Bailey at Victory Road. But with his experience backstage, do you think that he could be looked at for a backstage position at Impact? He's got booking experience. He was a producer, all sorts of stuff like that backstage at Ring of Honor. He was part of the storylines and all that kind of stuff. Is there a position backstage, do we think, for Delirious? Are they talking to him about more than just doing this X Division bout? What do you think?
I hope so.
I can see it.
Yeah, I was disappointed a little when I found out Delirious was a challenger, when you've got a whole roster full of X Division talent. And I would love to see him backstage, because like you say, he's got so much he can offer. to Impact behind the scenes. So if this is a case of, okay, come in and have a match and then we'll talk to get you behind the scenes, by all means get him behind the scenes, because he's got a lot of experience, and he can definitely offer Impact a lot of knowledge.
Totally. I'm all for it. I'm not too bothered about seeing him in the ring.
No.
It's going to be a great match against Mike Bailey, but I think he's got a lot to offer behind the scenes, and I think if there's an opportunity for them to bring him back, then that's got to be a way of doing it. Bring him in. Let's get his experience. Let's get his booking. Let's get his storytelling. His producing of matches. Let's get him involved backstage. I think it would be fantastic. And bonus, baby. Joe Henry has definitely bulked up, baby. Yeah, he's looking rather beastly right now.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big dude. People don't realise actually how big Joe is. He's a big dude. And now he's got the muscle to back it all up as well. But yeah, I think it's interesting. And like bonus, baby, saying there, Delirious had Ring of Honor booking going strong. I think TK messed up not keeping on board when he bought Ring of Honor. Yeah, I mean, that's because Tony wants to do it all himself.
Well, it's not only that, but I think
but a selfish prick.
I think sometimes
time to use that.
I think sometimes you forget that it's not just the in-ring action that makes stuff look good. It's the behind the scenes that actually book the match.
Yeah, the bookers, the producers, the guys between it, the story writers, everything. There's a big backroom staff. I mean, as I say, that's why Lance Storm's in there. He's getting involved in producing matches and stuff. They got some good people involved backstage. D'Lo Brown used to do that. Maybe again, maybe Delirious could take D'Lo's place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got it, baby. Anyway, those were the three main things I wanted to talk about. We've got the Victory Road preview, which I wanted to get slap bang into because there's some good matches now. After the show last week, guys, I said to the boys, you know what, we got to try and get someone in for an interview because I don't think we're going to have much to talk about. Because there was at the time, I think there was only two or three matches. And all of a sudden,
at least. Yeah.
Yes, and then all of a sudden it went boom. There you go. We pretty much got a card.
This is sick. This is.
It's a sick card. It's a sick card. That's all I've got to say. It's a sick card. Now, the first match that we got advertised is we've got Tasha Steelz versus Killer Kelly. Now, I like the way they built this one up because Killer Kelly is sort of come in. She's got the whole kind of jigsaw vibe about her. She's some sort of kind of lone psycho killer. Love the red hair. Love the red lighting. Love the way she comes in. I love the way she just sort of kind of does these funny kind of stares and just literally looks through you, which is really cool. And I think she's actually got Tasha pretty riled up. What are your thoughts on this? I'm going to go with Joe on this one first. What are your thoughts on this one, Joe?
I'm looking forward to this. She's got this really mesmerizing evil smile when as soon as you see that, you're either dead or you're going to be dead. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens between Tasha Steelz and I nearly said Kimber Lee and Killer Kelly at that Victory Road. I want to see what happens to Savannah Evans. Is she going to get involved because she went to get in the ring and then backed out, and then which forced Tasha Steelz into the ring during the last week. So is Savannah Evans having second thoughts about where she stands now? But the Kimberly's built up this whole thing with Tasha Steelz brilliantly. So it's just come out of nowhere, and they've built it up really quickly and really, really well. It just shows how good the storytelling is and character development is, and all that we can go on and on about how that we have done. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we haven't seen Tasha wrestle in a while.
No,
so
for a while.
Obviously she's been involved in this story. She's definitely been involved in this story, and this is a big story. At the end of the day, they're making Killer Kelly a big deal. So she's being part of a big deal. Now, whether it's going to be just a case of she's there to sort of kind of help elevate Killer Kelly, I don't know. But either way, she's still being brought in as a big part of this story. And I think, regardless of anything, these two are going to have a cracking match, regardless of the result. So I'm really looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be great. You got two super strong knockouts that are going to have a killer match. That's what I think. That's what I think. Have you got anything to add to this one, Steve, or should we move on?
Yeah, no, like what you guys have just said, it's going to be a very interesting match, and the story in this one is going to be what carries it. What's Savannah going to do, and realistically, what are both wrestlers going to do? Because Tasha is on a bit of a losing streak, and it's a case of you expect Killer Kelly to win this, but so where's Tasha going to go after another loss here?
I don't know. I really don't know. And I apologise there. I had a massive yawn. I was literally about to say something. The massive yawn.
That's kind of why I sort of stopped. So I was like, it looked like you were then going to speak.
No, I know. I was about to say something, and then a yawn comes out. But there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure where we're going to go with it. But now we just spoke about this. We've got the X Division title match. We've got Mike Bailey versus Delirious. Is this going to be a slobber knocker? I think it's going to be a really good match, to be fair. I think it's a bit... Again, we talked about this last week. The Mike Bailey thing, just obviously, taking on random opponents. For me, it can only go so far. But, what... Is this just another random match, or is it going to be a cracker? I suppose it's either way. We know it's going to be a banger, don't we? It's going to be a great match. But I don't know. I still think we need to sort of get into a story, and maybe that's going to come after we get through the triple threat revolver match a little bit later. But what are your thoughts?
I think the big issue with it is, like, as great as a match as it will be, you don't feel there's any chance that Mike Bailey will lose. That's the big issue.
No, I don't think so.
There's hardly any suspense in the match, because while you're watching it and thinking, "Wow, that's fantastic! That's fantastic! Wow, what a great segment that was," you never felt in suspense through the match, because you always felt like you knew who the winner was in every single match he's had.
Yeah, that the storyline that they've got is that Mike Bailey's taken all comers, and he's just going to keep winning. You kind of see that, and then eventually he's going to have a record of like something ridiculous, like 25 wins or something, and it's going to be like got the most wins of any X Division champion of all time or something like that. Crazy going on.
I thought we were friends.
Well, we are, Mike. We are, but at the end of the day, I want to see you in a great storyline.
Yeah. The only thing they've got going at the moment is obviously Kenny King going after the title, which after the match it'd be cool, like, I don't know, say if Vincent attacked him or something to kind of set something up.
Or maybe Kenny King.
Yeah. Obviously, I think he's in that triple threat revolver.
Kenny King's in the triple threat revolver. I'm pretty sure. From that, though, I think Frankie Kazarian is the most likely winner of Mia Yim. So, but something is going to carry on after Bound for Glory. It's when we're going to see Mike Bailey really, really into a proper story. Right now, I think we've got to see a story. But we need out of Victory Road for me. Something then builds to Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
It's got to come out of Victory Road. Start taking some steam in obviously the fallout and the couple of weeks, then lead up to something big for Bound for Glory. But it's got to be story driven from that point on. Otherwise, again, it's just going to be more kind of like almost pointless matches.
Yeah. With someone like Frankie Kazarian, it can be like mutual respect that suddenly bubbles over into heated rivalry.
Yeah, and again, you're still on that kind of anniversary year. So someone like Frankie Kazarian, it would fit.
I have a feeling Frankie Kazarian's going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's something good. There's some good feeling about Frankie Kazarian just being back.
He's not just come back to do some matches. He's come back to run up to Bound for Glory, to go into the Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure of that. I think he's going to be one of the Hall of Famers. I think they might have 2 or 3 this year.
They need to start putting more than just one in.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think there'll be 2 or 3 this year, and I think he's going to be one of them. And who knows? Maybe we'll end up with Daniels as well.
Yeah, and I don't see him as championship material yet.
No, I don't. No, he's definitely not world. No, we're not there yet.
No.
I think the person that takes out Josh Alexander will take him out in a one-on-one match. I think that's how that's going to happen when they bring the next person who they want to push through.
To answer Barry's question, no, I don't think Mike Bailey's going to cash in the X Division Championship.
No, I don't think so.
No, he's one of these guys. If anything, if he's going to carry it, I'd like to see him beat Austin Aries' record and then lose, rather than carry it and then cash in again. He doesn't need to cash it in to go forward another step. Rich Swann didn't need to. And if Trey Miguel could go for the world title now, and the title makes people that good. You don't option C is a redundant thing now, in my opinion. It has been for a while. Yes, it went for Josh Alexander, but he could have still just lost the title and gone straight to the world title with a huge amount of merit behind him, regardless.
He could have done. Yeah, he could have gone straight just into that picture straight away, couldn't he? But there you go. I mean, so we just have to wait and see how it pans out. But I really hope that they put him into some kind of storyline leading to Bound for Glory to give us more meaning.
Yeah,
otherwise, the truth is, you're nothing but a mid-card
donor. I love the way he says card donor rather than card donor. Card donor. Anyway, we then move on and we've got the pick your poison match.
Card guy.
Yeah. We then got your pick your poison match, which is obviously Jordan Grace versus Max the Impaler with the legendary James Mitchell in her corner. Max the Impaler is someone that I've been calling for Impact to bring in for a while, because I think he actually fits really well into the whole sort of kind of like she could almost replace Havoc in a sense that because now Havoc's moved on into this more different role, this different persona. Max the Impaler sort of kind of is
she's terrifying.
She has this whole She has this whole Wastelands Mad Max thing going on, don't she?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I think she could be really good. And bringing her in with James Mitchell, I think is a really, really good move. I'm looking forward to this one because obviously, I'm assuming Jordan's he's gonna win this, but I don't think it's gonna be easy because Max is a big opponent as well to overcome. So, what are your thoughts on this one, Steve?
Yeah, like I say, I've only seen her a few times when on NWA, but I'm really looking forward to this because, like you say, she's someone who could really fit into the Knockouts division in a few different ways, and coming in with James Mitchell again is a nice touch, and hopefully it can lead to something. We've mentioned her name a few times, and it would be nice if this is the start of her coming in and sticking around with the Knockouts, going into Decay, or maybe this being the start of something between her and Masha, or even, just sticking around on her own with James Mitchell. The Knockouts could need as many Knockouts as they can get.
Well, the thing is, the fact that they brought, or the fact that James Mitchell was a part of this says to me that, she is clearly
on their radar.
Yes, clearly on their radar. Sorry, do you know what? I accidentally I've got it running on the phone, right, as well, so that every now and again I can chuck in a little comment on the chat. And I think I accidentally started to cast the show on the TV in the living room. So I've cancelled it straight off. I'm sure nobody in the living room of the house wants to watch us, but there you go. I've cancelled it, so hopefully that's done. Damn it! But there you go. Bison doing a Bison there. There you go. But yeah, so I think Max the Impaler, I think is a big thing. We've got, we've got Father Mitchell involved, and like I said, he's got connection to the undead realm and the undead wasteland. So yeah. There's you could easily connect Max the Impaler up to the undead realm without doubt, easy.
Yeah. Oh, she's another monster that's just living out in the Valley of the Shadows.
Exactly, it could definitely be done.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it could turn into one of those things where deep down it was, Max the Impaler actually helping out Su Yung from on top kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow, who knows? Who knows? It could be.
Max the Impaler broke Havoc when she went back to the Undead role.
Yeah. There's so many things you could do.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff that can be done. Can you imagine having some sort of like and like a callback moment where you suddenly got this, like they do in Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you get like these flashback stuff. And all of a sudden you get this flashback, and it's Maxi Impaler who's turning Jessica or is turning Havoc into Jessica. You could just see it happening, couldn't you? Or you've got Maxi Impaler and Father James all involved in all of what's been going on,
I've no doubt James Mitchell's got something to do with it. I've no doubt.
Oh, James, he's got something to do with everything. James Mitchell. Anyway, who booked this shit? Anyway, we then got the triple threat revolver match with Kenny King versus Laredo Kid versus Alex Zane versus Trey Miguel versus Black Taurus versus Yuya Uemura, that's it, Uemura, Kaz, and of course the incredible Mia Yim. Now, they Impact has started this whole sort of kind of adding, a knockout into the kind of X Division sort of style. Let's face it, the X Division is no limits. It doesn't say anywhere it doesn't say it has to be men or whatever. It's no limits. So it means that men, and women and whoever can get involved in that. I don't know. I've got this feeling that we're going to see Mia Yim versus Mike Bailey at Bound for Glory. I've just got this feeling.
To me, it's Mia Yim or Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah, well, I don't see Kaz involved in the X Division. I don't know. I see him maybe moving towards Josh Alexander possibly. But I don't know. I just got this feeling that Mia Yim versus Mike Bailey for Bound for Glory would be amazing.
It would.
But I mean,
what are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts?
Well, first off, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Triple Threat Revolver again. That was a fantastic match last time, and it was a concept I was hoping that they would keep around. And to see it back again, my eyes lit up. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to this more than the X Division title match.
Okay, I am as well. I'm quite excited for this. And we'll get to it in a minute because we've got another triple threat revolver match for Thursday night. So we'll get to that in a minute because I think they want to give us a preview of how good that can be.
Yeah.
So
I can really see Kenny King winning this as well, because to see at Bound for Glory Honor No More having all like title shots is one thing, and part of me also can see Taurus winning it because he's been on a roll lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Black Tracy Steve been saying Black Taurus has been on a roll. Decay's been on a roll on a winning streak. If Black Taurus could go up against Mike Bailey at Bound for Glory, that would be incredible.
That could be.
As much as I would love to stand by my boy Kenny King and see an Honor No More go for it, I can see that the bias of Impact Wrestling going for one of the baby faces versus or Mia Yim can go for it to be a history maker there, or they'll get someone like Frankie Kazarian coming in who's just coming out of nowhere to go for it straight there, rather than the guy who should be a three-time X Division champion going for it.
Yeah, definitely. Now that's interesting. What Bonus Baby's saying there? He said I can see it as this further in the story between Mia and Kenny that will lead to either Keith Lee coming in or sending Shane Taylor after Kenny for putting his hands on Mia. I mean that's definitely interesting. I don't think I can see Keith coming in. He's obviously well and truly tied in with AEW right now. We've already got Kazarian, so I'd be surprised. Shane Taylor I can see because I know that Shane and Mia and Keith, they're all very good friends, so I could see that happening definitely. And of course Shane Taylor's not very keen on Kenny King either. So I could see some stuff happening there. That's a good shout there, Bonus Baby. Definitely.
It's definitely.
Oh baby!
It's definitely going to be a match where storylines can come out of it towards other Bound for Glory matches.
Totally. 100% agree with that. And I think with the names that you've got in there, it is actually really, really difficult to actually predict who we think is going to win. And that's great because it's unpredictable. Don't know. You know, however, you know, and again, Mir's got this, you know, he's saying Mia Yim could actually be leaving after BFG, so could see Kazarian winning.
But then, how does that make sense? Because Kazarian isn't even under contract with Impact, so...
No, not at all.
If Kazarian wins, it's just to keep drawing numbers in.
Yeah.
You know.
I honestly don't think Mia's going anywhere.
No. I sort of you can read too much into it sometimes.
I think, you know, yes, she's had an initial 6-month contract to, you know, to Bound for Glory, but I think that was all about seeing whether she was going to be happy. And let's face the facts, she seems pretty happy.
You read some of the recent interviews. All she's done is just once again praised the Knockouts division. You know, she's feels like she's home again.
Praised the Knockouts, praised Impact
Wrestling. It's like what Taya Valkyrie said. The same thing. You know, you come back to Impact Wrestling, you feel like you're home again. And Mia Yim is pretty much echoing the same thing. You know, she just feels in the right place. So I could see her renewing a contract after Bound for Glory.
So can I. Yeah. I think we'll see her being signed to a long term, I would imagine, which would be great. And talking about the Knockouts, we've got Mickie James, obviously continuing on her last rodeo.
Oh, who have we got?
Mickie James, following on her next match.
Country!
I'm just doing that for Courtney and Violet because they love it, apparently. They love it when I get the air guitar out, but there you go. So, yeah, we've got Giselle Shaw versus Mickie James. That's going to be a cracker, and of course, it's going to be the very first real test on Mickie James' last rodeo, which, of course, we all believe is going to go on for a little while yet. And I think Giselle's going to be the first feather in her cap. What are your thoughts on this one? And let's go with Joe on this. He loves Mickie James, doesn't he?
Yeah, I love the way Giselle Shaw set this match up. You know, because well, we got part of me was thinking, oh, we're going to see another like Masha Samovich run from Mickie James, going for like 5 or 6 people first before she gets into anyone really serious. So Giselle Shaw coming up there and cutting the crap straight away, just pushes everything forward a bit longer, a bit quicker. So we could see Mickie James versus Jordan Grace and Masha Samovich by Hard to Kill, which would be brilliant, or before the end of the year, which would be great. I sadly think Giselle Shaw is probably most likely going to lose, but it's not going to say she's not going to put in a hell of a match. She's been on a massive roll since over the past couple of months. And
totally.
I'm really looking forward to this. The promo was just brutal. I loved the promo so much that she cut in the ring last week. That was brilliant.
Yeah, it was really good. Really, really good. I love her entrance as well with all the spotlights. I love it. What about you, Steve? You let us know what you think just while I go and turn the light on. 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, like Joe said, the way that Giselle set this all up was fantastic, and just shows how good a promo and, you know, persona she has, really.
Yeah, her confidence has really shone through.
Definitely, yeah. Each time she comes out, you can see that she's growing more and more. It is a bit of a shame that obviously Giselle is going to be the first notch in Mickey's kind of run. I would have liked to have seen her a bit further along. But, you know, it is what it is. But it's going to be a fantastic match. And, yeah, you fully expect Mickie to win this.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't going to be Giselle Shaw, it would probably be Alicia Edwards, and then we know she was going to lose, sadly. So I think at least to give Mickie James a hell of a match as a first real test. You know, it's that, or it would have been Deonna Purrazzo or Chelsea Green. And let's face it, as far as when it comes to Deonna Purrazzo,
I am the f***ing greatest.
I ain't going to disagree with me. I ain't going to disagree with her.
I do sort of agree with Bonus Baby that realistically she's kind of been a bit up and down lately and hasn't had much direction.
Maybe I'm not. I don't believe that. But you know, at the end of the day, you could only push so many in one go. You know, so
when I say hasn't had much direction, I think she's had a direction, and then it keeps getting stopped.
Possibly.
That's due to other issues, though.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's due to unforeseen issues, and it's one of those where just doesn't seem to be getting much momentum, sadly.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. But she's a great wrestler. I think.
Oh yeah.
Regardless of anything else, I think her and Mickey are going to have one hell of a match. One hell of a match.
Yeah.
And Mickey's going to know at the end of it that she's beating a cracking upcoming wrestler. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right. We've then got Honor No More, Tavern, Bennett and Edwards versus Josh, Alexander, Rich Swann, and of course Heath. I love Heath bars. Like if you guys have never had a Heath bar, it's an American chocolate bar. It's a bit like a super thick dime bar.
Yeah.
Right? It is so good. They are delicious. But anyway, I digress. So we got Tavern, Bennett and Edwards versus Josh, Swann and Heath. Again, this to me is just another one of those sort of kind of multi-man matches where we want to get these guys involved in something, but we don't want to have a title match yet. At the moment, we haven't. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's get them involved. We could have easily put Tavern and Bennett in a title match, but no, they've plumped for a 3-on-3. Sort of kind of
Melvin's
more like a grudge match, I guess. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be a great match, but to me, again, it's a pointless match. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Joe? What are your thoughts on this one?
Well, we're just going to see which side is better, and which side I know which side is better. But can the spanner in the works still keep buggering things up for Rich Swann and Josh Alexander, or is Honor No More going to stand tall and carry the momentum forward to Bound for Glory? It's going to be a good match. Rich Swann and Josh Alexander's tag match was completely destroyed by Heath's interference last week. Yeah. Everyone can blame Eddie Edwards, but he didn't do anything wrong. Heath's the one that got them disqualified in the end. So
that is true.
Like Scott Demore said, enemy of my enemy is my friend. So does that mean Heath is now in Josh Alexander's bad side? Is there going to be tension between them carrying on through to Bound for Glory as well? So is Eddie Edwards going to play off of that more? So it's adding more to that storyline too, and it gives Rich Swann something to do as well, because we've not seen Rich Swann for a while.
But again, that's the trouble is, this is what I sort of kind of feel that this match is. It's just give everyone something to do, which is a real shame. But yeah, I see what you're saying. And interestingly enough, Bonus Baby, the whole sign more knockouts and create a show for them is something I've been banging on about for about 4 years. Maybe it's going to happen one day. You never know. What were your thoughts on this one then, Steve? This Honor No More versus Josh Swann and Heath.
Yeah, kind of like what you said, really. To me, it's just there, really. It doesn't really scream, that's a match I need to watch. Because, like you say, it's just a case of, well, let's get these guys on the show. The first instinct is a case of, well, it just shows how thin the tag team division is, because you've got Bennett and Taven there, and realistically, you've probably only got the Guns to challenge them, but they've had no interaction with Honor No More.
Yeah. I'm just really surprised they didn't get Aussie Open. I mean, they've been featuring Aussie Open for the last 3 or 4 weeks, but they're not going to be at Victory Road. So I find that really weird, unless something else gets introduced, obviously, tomorrow night. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of wrestlers not involved. I mean, you've got no Guns. You've got no Guns. They're not there. Aussie Open, they've been on. We've got no, yet. That's what I'm saying. So we got no Gouchard, we got no Cardona, we got no Myers. I'm not sure. There's a lot of talent. It's not being utilised in this particular pay-per-view yet or at the moment. So, but again, that's what this is. This is what this is all about. Not everybody can get on every special, every pay-per-view.
Oh no, definitely not. But like you say, for this one, you feel like it would have been good to have maybe a tag, because I mean, it would be nice.
Ace Austin. You got no Ace Austin. You got no Bullet Club.
Yeah. It would be nice to see them defend the belts before Bound for Glory. And I mean, while fair enough, Josh does defend the title a hell of a lot. Give him a match against, I don't know, PCO or Vincent or something, or give Eddie Edwards give give them maybe make them a tag match or something. You know, just do something a bit different so it doesn't feel like a slap together match.
Yeah.
I can see heat between Eddie Edwards and Rich Swann building now as we go towards Bound for Glory. So that's going to give Rich Swann an arc in the story.
Yeah.
And I think if Aussie Open are around for Bound for Glory, they'll probably get the tag team title shot, or it'll be Motor City Machine Guns versus Aussie Open, and whoever wins that match next week gets a shot at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, we've only got a few weeks to Bound for Glory as well. Once this one's done, so it's not too long, is it? I guess. So I think there's going to be some implications. We're going to get a few things pop out from Victory Road, which could lead to something for Bound for Glory as well. So we're just going to see how it goes, and I'm sure we could potentially get a few surprises as well. We do like a good surprise, so we're just going to have to wait and see. Now we've then got the main event, which is set for the Barbara Massacre. We've got Sami Callihan versus Steve Macklin versus the big man, the wrestling god himself, Moose. This, I mean, I can't call this. I cannot call who's going to win this. I got a funny feeling Steve Macklin's going to win.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Sami Callihan's got the most experience, but I think he's not about winning matches. He's not really interested in winning matches. He's about putting people over. Steve Macklin
and having good matches.
Yeah, and having good matches that everyone gets a fair crack in. And I think Steve Macklin is probably going to walk out with the victor, given that they've been saying for a while that they're big fans of Steve Macklin are leading up to Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. So here we go. And Sami Callihan, I would love to see him win, just to add that extra feather in his cap. But then that would wipe the slate between him and Moose and Steve Macklin clean. So you might as well have Macklin win and keep Sami Callihan and Moose fighting, beating the crap out of each other.
The only thing that is plaguing on my mind at the moment is obviously you've got the main event of Bound for Glory, which is Eddie versus Josh, and obviously with Eddie in the main event there, Sami is the perfect person to place in that next slot if Eddie does win it.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
I think I'm with John on this one in the chat. Like Steve Macklin needs the push now.
He needs the push because I mean, when has he been hotter? Really?
He's hot right now. He's hot. He is like he's got to be he's got to be the biggest heel in the company right now.
Yeah, and in the main event, he's going to be fresh.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, of course. So, I mean, my thought process is, imagine if Steve Macklin wins this and then he gets inserted into the main event, possibly. We get a three-way. Not that he needs it. I'm talking about a BFG. Or we could get another... Maybe we get Moose versus Macklin one-on-one at Bound for Glory in some kind of hardcore matchup.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's a possibility they still end up in the Call Your Shot gauntlet.
Again, yeah, there's that as well. But all I know is I think Macklin deserves a push. He's been absolutely fire over the past couple of months. And longer, to be fair. I've been a big fan of him ever since he turned up. I love the whole Punisher vibe thing that he had going on. I hope that he gets the face mask on. I think he's hinting at the face paint. He's been putting out different bits on the socials. So I think he's going to go full Punisher for this. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And as I've said in the past, this match alone sells me on Victory Road. Nothing else.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
Nothing else was needed. I was ready to buy. I would have been ready to buy this one if I didn't have Ultimate Insiders. I would have been ready to buy this one based on this match alone.
Yep, we'll take that. Yes, Moose versus Macklin with Sami as the ref. Book
that
it.
Would be brilliant.
Yeah. But you say that, Barry, but that's all part of his disgustingness, isn't it? That's all part of Sami being a disgusted animal that he is. But there you go. Okay, so that's pretty much our preview, guys, for Victory Road coming up this Friday. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. I've always liked Victory Road. I don't know why. I just think that I love the color. I love the whole yellow and black thing, and I just think it's a really cool Cool show. I'm good with this one. I love the aesthetics of it. I think it's going to be great, and I've definitely got the barbed wire Victory Road T-shirt on my list to add to buy on my next round of T-shirt buys. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, guys, we had this week, we have the digital media exclusive match. Now, Ace Austin versus obviously recently signed Jack Price from Gutcheck versus former two-time, I believe, if I'm right. I think I'm right. I think it's two-time X Division champion Rohit Raju. Great to see Rohit back. Sort of I know it wasn't an Impact show as such, but it's great to see that he's being featured in some way by Impact. Could this be a foreshadowing of Rohit coming back at some point? I'd like to think so. I think that would be very nice.
He was quick to pick up on it when this came out as well. And he was straight on Twitter about it as well. He was really quick to pick up on it, to advertise it as well. But he added his own little take on it too, which was really good to see.
I did speak to Rohit. Funny enough, actually, before Kimber came on the show this week, I had a conversation with Rohit at one point. We were going to try and get Rohit on the show, but unfortunately, the time difference, with it being halfway through the day over there, just doesn't match up for him. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get Rohit on the show. I've heard a little rumor you might see him on another show, but you'll have to tune in to find out if that happens. But there is a little rumor on that. But this was a great match. This was a really, really good match. Jack Price, I gotta say, the dude is really good. Yeah. Really, really good. And it took this match for me to go, bloody hell, this dude's good. Now I can see why he won Gutcheck, because he's really good. Have you guys seen this match?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it last night. I watched it before I rewatched all of Impact Wrestling. This was an awesome match. The whole. I love the opening between Rohit Raju is bigging up Ace Austin and Jack Price that they're all part of Impact Wrestling, and gets out the ring like he does and just lets them get on with it. And Ace Austin says, we're a part of Impact Wrestling. You failed. And pissed him off.
Yeah, they proper laid the boot in, didn't they?
Yeah. Ace Austin spent the entire match rubbing the salt in Rohit's wounds. But Jack Price was incredible. I'm so impressed with him, and I can't wait to see when he gets a fair crack at the main show. Yeah,
it's going to be good. Can I just quickly say hello to Trent, by the way? Trent,
it's good to see you. Good to see the boss.
Yes.
And
yeah.
Well, then we're talking about his boy Rohit. So you wouldn't be surprised to you'd be surprised not to see Trent, would you?
Of course, he does love Rohit, does he?
But
he loves the mocha skin manimal. He loves him.
This match was fantastic, guys. I do suggest you watch it if you can, when you can. It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank you, Trent, as well. 101. It's been a fantastic 2 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 100 or 99 episodes now to get to 200, but 99 and more. As Crazy Steve said last week, and then 100 more after that, and 100 more after that,
and 100 more after that, and then you never stop. Yes,
that needs to be a soundbite.
Definitely. Yeah, that was fantastic. So it's been great, and it looks like you missed Kimber though, Trent. She was on longer than your marriage apparently, which was good to see. But yeah, so all good. Hey. Wow, that's a long one.
That's a massive burner for Trent. Anyone ripping on Trent? That's a massive burner.
That's a monster. That was a monster soundbite. That one, Jesus. Anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. I think it was a great match, and I think it's good to see basically Rohit with the Impact logo behind him. That's it, for a start.
Yeah.
great. And who knows? You never know. We might see Rohit turn up again in the future. Like I
One
say,
day.
if you want a story-driven line, and it's some storylines, he's in the X division. Well, Rohit's your man. He'd be perfect.
Definitely.
And again, even if you want a one-off match, you bring Rohit in against
Mike Bailey.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be a great match. Definitely. There you go. Look, bonus, baby. Bison with the burn. It's been a while. I don't do burns very often these days. There you go. We then got the BTI match. Now, the BTI match that we got set up is Hyan. So it'd be the second time that we saw her. Hyan versus Giselle Shaw. Now, I think with it being on BTI, I think this is actually going to be a cracking match because when it goes on to BTI, they tend to, give them a good sort of 10, 15 minutes. So I think it's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward.
Is he still there? He's through. Oh, God.
Oh, we lost him.
Not the Bison 2. This is a bit awkward.
Where's everyone?
Hang on. Are you still there?
You still there? Oh God! It seems the whole Discord's gone or whatever the hell's got the hell. Let's check everyone on YouTube's still there because it's still.
Yeah, everything's still going. It's just Bison's froze.
Time out
yeah.
the Dom's
Anyway,
nice. At the moment, Sammy's having a fight with Susie right next to me. You can probably see.
Oh, he's back.
There.
You're back.
Welcome back.
I'm back. I don't know what
You're
the hell
back.
went on there. Everyone just suddenly disappeared off me. I think Sammy Callahan again is getting involved. What? Or is it Sammy the dog?
He was on my
Sammy
lap.
the mascot. It's Sammy the mascot.
You just froze on us.
Yeah, it went crazy. But anyway, I was saying, if you haven't seen Hyan perform in more than obviously what we've seen so far, she's a great little wrestler, and I think it's going to be a good match. I think we're going to get a good 10, 12 minutes on this one. What were your thoughts on this one, Steve?
Yeah, like BTI, you always get more time, and it's always good to kind of give like new talents a good look over on BTI. I think this will be quite interesting if Hyan gets the win, given that she wrestled Mickie James the other week, and obviously Giselle and Mickie James are going against each other. It could be really a kind of rubbing salt wounds kind of thing, couldn't it?
Yes,
I beat this wrestler, but you couldn't beat her, kind of thing.
Possibly, but I mean, I think that would then potentially make Giselle look weak going in a match against her, which I don't think they're going to do that.
They're not, but obviously, yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, but obviously, you know what Impact are like. They like to do like long-term storylines, don't they? So it's one of those where who knows where Giselle could go after it. But yeah, it'll be a great match, and yeah, I think a lot of people are calling for Hyan to kind of stick around.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'd like to see both. I think that Rochelle girl was pretty good as well, so I'd like to see her stick around. Hyan stick around. That'd be great. If we could bring in a couple of UK ladies, maybe an Ashley Vega, or Alex Windsor, for instance, would be quite nice. Or Lana Austin, maybe. Or what about the Session Moth Martina? Would be interesting.
Yes.
Former Ring of Honor wrestler.
Get the beers out.
Yeah. Get the beers out. There's definitely plenty of real top talent from the UK that could be brought into the Knockouts roster, that's for sure. But either way, I think it's going to be a good match, well worth watching. Make sure you check that one out, because that will be on YouTube Insider, or YouTube, I think, full stop. It'll be on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram as well, I think, as well as obviously Impact Plus. So make sure you go and check that out. That'd be really good.
Bonus, baby. It was more than a distracted ref for the dogs fighting behind me, I can assure you. I'm trying to keep my attention here and keep level-headed while watching the dogs destroy my bed, because they've already ripped one pillow to bits already this year.
Can't beat the good dog destruction of your property, definitely. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to Thursday Night Impact. We've got the Aussie Open versus Motor City Machine Guns. This is going to be a fantastic. I mean, whenever the Motor City Machine Guns are in action, it's great. It's going to be a good match. We know that Aussie Open are pretty good as well. Obviously, we've seen him already in action. I think it's going to be a really good match. I'm looking forward to this. What does it set up moving forward, though? That's the thing. Are we going to get Motor City Machine Gun win, or is it setting something up for Aussie Open moving forward? What do you think?
Well, Mayor put a comment in the chat earlier saying apparently the winner of this match gets to defend will take on Bennett and Taven.
Okay.
When that will be, I mean, if it in a Victory Road, it'll either be on Impact or Bound for Glory. So
It can't be a Victory Road because Matt Taven are already in a match, aren't they? So
that's what I mean. If it isn't at Victory Road, then it's either going to be on Impact or Bound for Glory, isn't it? So I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I'd like it to be Aussie Open that win it, just because it means they're sticking around.
Yeah. Although we have seen them on AEW as well recently, haven't we?
Yeah, but then we saw that like with Jay White and that, didn't we? You know, that he'd do both. Other talents of, you know, the Good Brothers, while they were contracted here, they worked AEW for a bit. So I don't think the fact that they're over there doesn't mean they can't still be over here.
Yeah,
I mean,
dark
yeah.
mostly so as well. A lot of the guys that have been on AEW
Oh,
on dark.
there we go. Mayor's just said BFG.
Okay, well, you know, let's see what happens. It'd be cool. That would be a good match for BFG, definitely.
I mean, either one against On and No More is gonna be a hell of a match.
I love this match!
Let's face facts. Anything involving Chris Sabin, you know, he's going to be a good match. The dude is pure class.
I mean, I'd love it to go to a time limit draw. Then both of them face him.
I love this match!
Hey, Chris, nice to see you, bud. Listen, I think either way, it's going to be a great match, and by the sound of it, Joe loves it, so it's going to be a good one regardless. We've then got, which is interesting, I'm not sure what we're going to get out of this one, but we've got Heath challenges a member of On and No More to a street fight. We've got that coming up. Probably be someone like Vincent or Vincent.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. You feel, isn't it?
I think given how we've seen all those really, really awesome promos between Vincent and PCO over the last couple of weeks, they've been really, really chilling. I think this is PCO's time to prove that he still believes and he still is worthy of being a part of On and No More. This is like his last attempt. So, you know, Eddie Edwards put away Heath. He should be done and dusted with, but Heath still won't piss off. So let's see if PCO is still really a part of the family. Is he still worthy of being a part of our cause?
Okay, mate. We know we know that you're like On and No More through and through. You know, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. We've got Zicky Dice versus Jordan Grace. Notice I actually said Zicky Dice and not Sticky Rice today. So we got Zicky Dice versus Jordan Grace. Obviously an intergender match. This will be great. I think Jordan's going to bash him around all over the shop.
This is going to be a hilarious match.
I think we might even see. Sorry, I love that soundbite so much. Just the fact
it's going to be an instant
intellectual Taurus. It's intellectual Taurus is for me. I'm all over it. I just want to see Zicky Dice get an absolute beating. I want to see Jordan Grace pick him up and literally bench press him, sort of thing. You know, like
that'll be fantastic.
She'll probably do that with him and Swinger at the same time, because you know Swinger will get in there.
Oh, Swinger's got to be there. Yeah, of course he has. He's going to be ringside, that's for sure. But yeah, Sticky Rice, baby. Sticky Rice versus Jordan Grace. It's going to be interesting.
He's going to be Sticky Rice when Jordan's done.
You guys swing?
You could be right. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's not going to be a great match, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I you know, at the end of the day, sometimes when you have a load of really good, you know, serious matches, it's nice to stick in there a fun match, and I think this one's going to be fun.
You have to break it up a little.
You do, and I think it's just going to be a fun match. We've then got the Triple Threat Revolver, which is going to be Taurus versus Trey Miguel, Alex Zane, Mia Yim, and Laredo Kid. So the only one I think missing there, obviously from the Victory Road, is Cats. So they're giving us a preview of what to expect at Victory Road with this match. I don't want to go into too much detail on this one. Will it make a lot of difference who wins? I think it'll probably be someone like Alex Zane or something, or Trey Miguel that'll probably win this one. And then obviously, we'll get a completely different result at Victory Road, where it'll be either Mia Yim or Kazarian probably that wins. But we'll just have to wait and see. But we like this kind of match, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good match. Well worth staying up for in the UK, I say. I know I'll be up at 1:30 watching it. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this? On the sort of kind of like the preview of what to expect the following night at Victory Road?
I've always said that I'm not a big fan of doing these kind of matches like the week before you're then going to do it again on a pay-per-view or a special event. It kind of feels like you're taking the shine away from it. But it is what it is, I guess. So Impact are kind of doing one of their special matches when they're also doing it on the pay-per-view. So you feel, well, why are you paying for it on the pay-per-view?
I guess it's not really a pay-per-view. I mean, I know you can pay for it.
Yeah, but obviously it's term of speak, yeah.
I guess, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it's just to get your old taste buds going for it.
I think, like I say, it would have been better just having like a 4 of them going like 4 corners match or something.
Yeah, I would have preferred something like that, to be honest. Even if it got a trio between Trey Miguel, Laredo Kid, and Alex Zane, for example, and that or something like that, or break up the match with a 2 triple threat matches, like Mia Yim, Black Taurus, and whoever else I didn't mention. That the other one apart from Frankie Kazarian, Yuri Uemura. Had that 2 triple threat match, but then of course we got the card already built for this night, so it would have been either have one on BTI and then one on the main card, or something else. But it's going to be good, and if anything, this should like determine the order that they're coming out in on the night. So whoever loses first comes out. That would be
good.
Maybe there's a reason for it. We just don't know yet. Maybe there's a reason for it, and it'll come out on the night. But I think either way,
Kazarian's the wild card in it, so you don't know when he's going to come out at all.
Yeah. Either way, I think it's going to be a really good match. So
it's going to be a brilliant match.
I'm going to enjoy it, I think.
Is Kenny King in the match as well, though?
No, he's not.
No, so there's a couple of people missing there.
My boy's safe.
So we got Black Taurus, Trey Miguel, Alex Zane, Mia Yim versus Laredo Kid. So we're missing Frankie Kazarian and Kenny King.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Yamura.
Yamura, We're missing him as well. So there's a few people missing, but it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Can I just quickly say hello to J Bone? Obviously, Smash This Podcast is in the chat there. Hello, buddy. Nice to see you.
J Bone.
Lay a smash on the Bone Meister. So it's all good. We then have what I think is probably going to be the main event, which is Brian Myers versus Bhupinder Gujjar for the DMC title ladder match. We thought we were going to get this last week, but it turns out we didn't get it last week. We've got to get it this week. This apparently, from what I've heard, is an absolute cracker of a match. So I'm looking forward to this, and it's definitely going to be worth staying up for.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win. I've got a funny feeling Gujjar is going to win. But I've not heard anything. I tried to stay away from stuff, but we'll see. I love the promo that Myers did last week.
Yeah, that promo was fantastic.
Yeah, awesome.
It was very ECW. Did you think?
Yeah, it had that retro feel to it in general, and it was really, really cold. Brian Myers is someone you don't usually take seriously, even though he is a serious wrestler. He's just that good at putting his character over the other way. With this one, you can tell he's in this match to mean business. He's there to actually teach you a lesson, and but even though the learning tree is long gone, but this is going to be a really, really good match. And
I still think we could resurrect the learning tree with Kenny, the Young Bucks, maybe Punk involved in that. I think we could teaching those guys how to be a bit more professional. But
they'll be stood in the corner in detention the entire time.
Yeah.
When that just teaching them how to be EVPs.
Yeah. Teach them how to be professional, basically. But there you go. So yeah, I think it's going to be a cracker of a match.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, both men are going to absolutely bring it. I have this really bad feeling that Myers is going to win it, just because I feel if like an Impact Plus event or a live event would have been the perfect opportunity for Gujar to win it. You feel like they want that big moment for him to win it. Maybe
I just feel he's had enough chances though.
I do, and that's why I was really surprised they announced this match on a taped show. Why not save it for Victory Road?
I'm disappointed that it's not kicking off Victory Road.
Yeah.
That's my only gripe with this match. It should have been on Victory Road.
Yeah.
I agree. It probably could have been really good. Yeah, it would have been a good one to kick off the show. Maybe they could have just had another sort of handicap match of some sort, and then led into the ladders match at Victory Road to open the show.
I mean, maybe Matt Cardona comes back and causes a distraction or something.
Yes, well, we haven't seen Mr. Matt Cardona for a while, have we?
No.
So that would have been interesting to see that. Deb Pugsy, where's the most professional Brian Myers to teach these kids under the learning tree? How to be true professionals. How to be EVPs. Anyway, as we all know, Impact Wrestling is the weekly show where it's no drama, just great wrestling. So we need to make sure that we hashtag that one tomorrow night and make sure everyone's aware that that's where you watch great wrestling on Impact Wrestling. But there you are. Now, guys, that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much it for this week. We've had a great interview with Kimber Lee. We've had a good chat about Victory Road. We've talked about BTI, the digital media match, and of course we've had a little look at what we've got to come on Impact Wrestling tomorrow night. Guys, please don't forget to head over to the TNI Patreon for exclusive extra content when you sign up, and also make sure you watch tomorrow night's TNI flagship Impact live review directly after Impact is aired. It will be available on YouTube and Twitch, and you never know, they might have, you don't know who's going to turn up for the show, so you make sure you tune into that. Also, all TNI shows are available for all of you Listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favourite shows. Talking about socials, Joe, where can we find you, my friend?
You can follow me on Twitter at JOKEmptyspace. You can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for hashtag empty space, hashtag into the void. Or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humour, look for hashtag Daily Giggle. They're popping up on Twitter more than Facebook now, but you'll find them either. Just enter with an open mind, and you just might keep your sanity.
There you go. And where can we find you, Brother Steve?
You can find me over on the Twitter at SimplySteve311 for everything Impact Wrestling related. Go over there, drop me a follow, and I'll do my best to follow you back. If I don't get round to it, drop me a message, and I will go over and get round to it.
Okay, and if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about the Bison and what he has to offer, you can go and check me out on Twitter at LordBison45. I'm swiftly approaching 2,000 follows. Help the Bison reach it. It would be pretty amazing. And I would definitely throw some kind of party when that happens, because I think that's pretty cool. Guys, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you've seen tonight or last week, because we had a great show last week, then don't forget to consider clicking that subscribe button. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell, give it a tickle, give it a squeeze, or a smash to never miss any of the great TNI UK content coming out each and every week from both the US and, of course, the UK teams. Just a huge thank you once again to our very special guest this week, the Crown Jewel Kimber Lee, for joining us live. We had a few technical issues, but we still managed to get a few questions in, which is great. She has also promised to join us again for another show, when hopefully she'll be on Wi-Fi as opposed to at home, which would be fantastic as well. But it was good to get some questioning with her. And don't forget, if you want to support TNI, head over to the Spreadshirt store, or of course ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact, where you can get all of our great merch at fantastic prices. And don't forget, obviously, we do offer loads of discounts every now and again, so make sure you look out for those. With all that said, I've been Bison. They have been the Joker and Simply Steve, and this has been episode 101 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Much love to the TNI Tribe.
We are